So here's a quick video now, this time around flexibility, and I'm going to show you two exercises that you can use for helping with box splits. So one of the things I say all the time is if you're thinking about flexibility training, static stretching probably isn't the most effective way, and you want to find something that involves movement, and you want to find something that has a goal attached to it. So you know what you're doing, you know how long it's going to last, when it's going to end, and there should be some sort of mental challenge in it as well, in that you have to pay attention to what you're doing. So this is going to try and address those things. Okay, first exercise, you're gonna keep straight legs. You're moving toes out, heels out, heels out, then heels in, toes in. And you're just gonna keep repeating this. It's 2 out to every 1 in, as far as you can go. So you keep going until you can't go any further, but you still have to be able to get the whole way back up using the same method. So at the very end, I'm gonna go heels, toes, right back up to the start. All right, and second method, this is going to do one leg at a time. I'm using some decks of cards here to prop my heel up, just because it's easier for me to balance, but you could use a book, or if you're super flexible already, you might not need that at all. And as you can see, all I'm doing is going down into a side lunge, again keeping my legs straight, and the idea is to do circles with my ankle, but to also force my hip to rotate in and out. So I'm going to try and get my toes or my foot to touch the floor at the back and at the front every time when my toe is pointed. So it's the biggest circles that I can possibly make. Do a couple, and then you can, if you're using a wedge or something, you can make it a bit smaller. Here I'm just taking the decks of cards away. Or another way that you could do this would be to actually just do the whole thing balanced. So you go as far down as you can comfortably go, but let your heel come off the ground. And then every time you do a few circles, a few reps both directions, you let your heel drop a little lower, and the balance is going to be much more difficult for that, until you get to the point where you can comfortably do it with your feet or your heel flat on the ground the whole time. So those are the two exercises. They can be pretty short. So one of the things that you might wonder is how many times should I do this in a day, or how often should I do this in a day? I normally recommend do it little and often. So like if you could do a short number of reps at several spots throughout the day, that's probably your best bet. Not everyone's going to be in a position where they can do that. So the other thing that you can do is just test and retest. So you're going to try out your box split, you're going to do one or both of the exercises, and then you're going to try it out again. And if it's got slightly better, or a lot better, then you know that, first of all, the exercise is a good exercise. It's improving your flexibility. But then also you could probably potentially go again if you wanted, and you could do the exercise again, retest, do the exercise again, retest, and you can keep going with that until you get to the point where it doesn't retest better. So once you get to that point where actually now your splits, everything feels kind of rough, you know that your body's had enough, it needs time to recover now, and you can leave it a day, maybe a couple of days, before you try it again.